Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
How did you feel with your first guitar in your hands?
Well, I've been playing piano for many years, so I knew how to read music, and then I played trumpet in a school band, and then I was at my cousin's farm, and my aunt there, she had a guitar. So I just started asking to play with it. It felt very nice. About the same time I discovered the shadows. Took some time before I had a guitar that was comfortable. So the guitar is always a struggle in the beginning. You have to get blisters, and it was not really a love at first time. But, because of the shadows, everybody wanted to make groups in Norway, and I went to a teacher to learn a little bit of playing guitar. But after one lesson, he said, no, we don't do this. Let's start a band. So that was happened.
I read that you have been influenced, among others, by Ligeti and Penderecki and Jimi Hendrix.
Yes, that's correct.
They seem, it seems, faraway stars. What do you think about that?
Ligeti was because of the movie 2001. And then I found Ligeti's name and went to the store. And they didn't have Ligeti, but they had Penderecki. So I settled for that too. And I've been so lucky to Penderecki. I say I know quite well. I played with them. But Ligeti I only visited once in Berlin because I was studying composition, and I was trying to get an analysis of the cura from his requiem, very difficult. And I got the address from the store, and went there. He was there and said, okay, I can give you 10-15 minutes. And he also spoke Swedish at the time. He had been professor there, so it was Swedish and all languages. And then I spent over an hour there because he couldn't remember what I had done. So it was a fantastic lesson. I was just watching him. And Jimi Hendrix, and we knew about very immediate. The first album came, and that this was the beginning of a dream group, which I was invited in. So live we played almost half of the first album, and we wrote a tribute tune to him. And when the dream album came out, I sent a copy to him because there was a girl who was going to Sweden, and she was a friend of one of the many girlfriends of Jimi Hendrix. But he got it, and I didn't know whatever happened to it. But in 2005, somebody bought his record collection. And that album, with my writing about, is now in the Jimi Hendrix Museum in London.
you always have been engaged in composing for large ensembles and orchestra. Do you have a particular approach with this kind of work?
Recently finished composition called Mediterranean, starting with the Great Flood, Syndefloden in Norwegian, and ending up with Stromboli, the volcano. So hope to get that performed somewhere around. I really love the Mediterranean. But then I had the idea for maybe not 2 years now. But I couldn't decide how large I wanted the orchestra. So I thought, okay, then I'd just start making a sketch and see what I need. And that was new to me, to do it that way. And the nice two versions is one version where Ståle and myself can improvise on top of it. There's nothing much written about it, but it would also be the first movement in my 9th symphony. So it's a bit connected.
Musicians have any kind of inspirational sources, but it seems that you have chosen a huge one, that is nature.
Yeah, I moved to where my father was born, surrounded by mountains and wild animals. And we had once a bear crossing because we found the tracks and the spring king. But we have deers and there's a big cat, very short tail. Not all the time, but the wallabies are there many times. I opened the window and talked to one who came in 3 little ones 2 years ago. And then they stopped up and I talked to them for 15 minutes. While they just started to slowly walk away, not afraid at all. Big moment.
And what did you learn from your music and from your musical experience?
Well, it was a curse because I hadn't planned to be a musician. My father was a military musician and said, you probably have a hard time making a living of it. And then all these things happened, especially with the dream. And the next thing that I wanted to start composing. At the end of the start of the dream, Jan Gabarik and Jon Christensen were members of that band for 3 months. Then they invited me to the Jan Gabarik, the African Pepperbird Quartet. And then ECM started, and I made a tune for the Sart album, the second Jan album, called Something Mice has Heard On, saying bitches will keep it like that, tight. I was very happy with it. I mean, it is released, but Jan thought it didn't fit that concept. And Manfred saw that I was very disappointed. So he said, don't know, they tell you can make your own album. So then I started and quit Jan's band. And it was that kind of snowballing thing.
Thank you very much, Terje. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.